and dance, feeling right. Raise a glass to a new start, ringing in the year's bright stars. Join Betty, Pat, and Billie Jean for a night.
Well, hello everybody. I'm trying to get this all done like I'm always trying to get everything done, and it don't seem to work out, but it's okay because I just wanted to come on and see how everybody was doing this evening. Hi Melinda. Hi David. Yeah, 2 days in a row. Can you believe it? Usually I don't have 1 day in a row, but today I thought being World Cancer Day, we've all been touched by it, that we need to come on and say a few words about the dreaded disease. Some of you know more about it than I do, but I know that I've had a lot in my family. My father passed away with cancer. He died with the mesothelioma, and I think it's probably from him being in the shipyards all while he was in the Navy. And then the benzene poisoning, probably from the industries that he worked in. Living my dream. Hi, Sheila. Davy Pierce. Hello. Glad to see you too. Nicole. Good evening. Lucy Girl. Melinda. I'm trying to get my screen up here so maybe I can see. It says push center F. I don't think that's what I need to do. Nita Ross, hello. Nicole. I don't know. So I hope y'all are doing good this evening. Mother and I got out in the car a little bit today. I think our car is very sick. It's a 2018 car, and we've only had trouble with it ever since we got it. But I think now the oil, some in the back part with oil to deal with the oil, like a seal or something, has come undone, or I don't really know. So we got home at least. We went out to a little thrift store right on Lake Texoma, just right off. And it's a church thrift store, and I love going there because they have, from that part of the lake, there's very well-to-do people that take their stuff to this thrift store. And so you never know what treasures, literally treasures, you'll find. They have gone up on their prices on a lot of their, I would say, false graph or China or whatnots that are valuable, kind of, like Fenton and Wedgwood and things. If they have, I've only found 2 pieces of Wedgwood there, and they were like $2, but now they're like $15 or $20, which is, I guess for the market. Because I told you all the water for glasses that I drink out of that you see on there, there's nothing that can keep a drink colder than a Steuben or a Waterford or a Lalique glass. And when I bought those, I was working for a known lady, and she had some Waterford glasses, and this was back in the 80s. And I noticed that drink, every time I went to take a drink at my desk, it was always cold. So there's something with the lead in the glass, I guess, that Waterford uses, or Steuben, or any of those. It just keeps the drink colder, and they are beautiful. But when I bought them, they were, I took out of my paycheck and bought them every week, probably $200 or $300 back then, every week, so I could get my Lismore pattern of my Wedgwood. And now they're selling for, I mean, you see them on Marketplace for $10 a stem, when I paid probably $78 a stem, or maybe more. I don't really remember. But that's why I say buy that stuff off of Marketplace, because Waterford, you can never go wrong with using that, getting that glassware. And it may be priced. Well, if you think about it, you go to Walmart or some of those. I haven't bought glasses in years, but I imagine they'd be $5. So why not buy a Waterford for $10 or $15? You know, just save your money up to do it. Sherry Long, my car almost drove itself to the thrift store. It knows the way. Well, Granny Pat, I text you. I'm busy, but I figure I can give you a few minutes of my precious time. Oh, you're so sweet. I just love you to death. Your little pea-picking heart. I don't really want to. I better not ask what you're busy with, because I don't know. I mean, it might be a tablescape. It might be interior design. You might have a boyfriend that I don't know about, or I don't know. But I hope you're doing it good, whatever you're doing. And I'm glad you came to visit with us. Melinda Roth, oh my goodness. Anita Ross, yes, Mother and I are doing fine. She's in there directing as normal. But we went to the thrift store, and y'all know I could not find my torte pan. Looked everywhere, high and low. I had 6 of them, but I can't even find one. So I don't know if I had a torte burglar come in and steal all my torte pans while I was asleep, or a fairy, or I don't know. But today I went to the store. Look. It's one. I haven't even unwrapped it, or hadn't washed it or nothing. But see, the bottom comes out. It's a torte pan. It's. Look at the price. Can you see it? $2.99. $2.99. You can't beat that with a stick. As Grandma Lois said, you can't beat that with a stick. So I was happy with this, because I went to Goodwill after Goodwill. I went to McKinney. I went to Bonham, Goodwill. I went to towns around. I didn't go to the one on Harry Hines, but I looked for this, and there it popped up. Just popped up. So when you least expect it, you might get a torte pan. And I was glad. So now I can do a torte. Yeah, and I've got some, let me get that real quick, and I'll be right back. Y'all just hang on. I'm still talking to you. I've got my microphone on, and it's charged up tonight. Boy, I'm charged up tonight. Y'all better watch out. I'm going to show y'all my finds. Well, maybe not all of them. I didn't spend but only $22. So that was good. Now, that's not including this, but I had this in the car, so I wanted y'all to see. I'd had one of these when I had the restaurant, but I had never. So I went to a pawn shop the other day, and here's this. Look at this waffle iron. Now we're going to have waffles, y'all. So you can lock that in and spin it and pop out your waffles. It tells you when it's ready. And I don't know how much these are. It's a Walmart brand, probably it's going to be more than what I paid for it. I paid $5. That was with tax. So we're going to have waffles. These are the big waffles. They're kind of a Belgian waffle, but this is a good waffle iron. You can't beat them, the ones that spin, because it gets everything where it needs to be, and it's got a little plate that goes down here that I didn't bring into here. And then for one of my friends, I'm going to be making some buckwheat flour I got in for my good friend. I'm going to make a buckwheat crust. So we can see if I can still do it. I bet I can, but I don't know what we might do a key lime pie in the buckwheat flour. So we're going to start trying some different crusts now that I've got the biscuit episode out of my system. Because I did find the best biscuit, y'all. I have found it. And I'll never even use my grandmother's recipe anymore. I'm using the biscuit recipe that has yeast in it. They're big, they're fluffy, they freeze well. I can't find anything wrong with it except that my waist has gotten so much bigger from eating them. Other than that, nothing wrong with that recipe, y'all. Yeah, it's nice, David. I was glad to get that buckwheat flour in. I was glad to get the waffle iron in. Yeah, I'm gonna, you know, I want other things for our health. And so I'm going to try to, you know, I always strive. I had one crazy comment, not crazy. It was just a offshot comment today. Like I was telling one of my followers what to do. I'm so many years old. I'm going to do what I want to. I'm going to eat what I want to. I'm going to live the way I want to. And I thought, well, more power to you. I'm not telling you what to eat, and I'm not telling you how to fix your bed at night. You know, I mean, that's if you want to enjoy the show, great. But, you know, if you want to live on grease and McDonald's and have all that bad stuff, then there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm just going to tell you, since this is my show, I'm going to tell you how I feel about it, and I think I'm right about it. And any of you that are scientists or anything, you chime in if I'm wrong. And I've got to say one thing about the bat poop. I got on Google, and I thought, I'm going to look that up. Well, it says it's not in lipstick. But when I learned in the 80s from a major cosmetic industry, I was told, yes. So then if you look on down, there's another word that means the exact same thing as bat poop. And it is in cosmetics. But the way they have deflected that is it says that the cosmetic industry uses whatever this scientific word it is from fish scales. Now, I don't know if I'd rather have bat poop on my lips or fish scales on my lips. But I think that's just a deflection since fish scales have the same thing. I'm going to do more research. Y'all know I'm a researchaholic. So, but I wanted to clarify, if you looked up on Google, it'll say no, that bat guana is not. But there's a word that's very similar to guana. It's like guanano. And it is used in cosmetics, and it is derived from bat poop. So, Sherry Long says she has the same waffle maker. She loves putting chocolate chips in the batter. Sherry, is it a good waffle maker? Did I do right by spending $5? Because I want something. Let me get over here, y'all. I've got to see that comment, and I have to get on. I have to get on. The YouTube so I can. Well, I'm trying to find it. It's not coming up. I'm wondering why. I had it last night, but you remember it took me a minute to get that on. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. There was one. Oh, Lucy Girl. I saw this, but I couldn't get it out fast. Excuse me, fast enough. My son's in Texas, and he said it's been pretty warm the last couple of days. It's cold here in Michigan. Yeah, it's been in the 70s, I believe. But then I looked at the weather here on my laptop, and it said in about 3 days it's going to be 40s. Melinda says, "Oh, good deals, living my dream. I love waffles." Living my dream says, "I love waffles, and I need to get one of those." Well, look at your pawn shop. You might find one for $5. Melinda Roth, laughing. I have the same waffle maker, the one Sherry Long, and I asked Sherry Long, I said, "Is it a good waffle maker, Sherry Long?" Sherry Long says, "It's worth every penny. It works great." Pat on the back. Worked. Oh, yeah, give me this. Y'all give me some thumbs up. Give me some love. Give me something, because I'm trying to get these chats back on here, and for some reason my phone decided to, it's starting to read text things in everything that's said. It's like maybe it knows me, and maybe it knows I need to have everything sent to me in a text, because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Y'all, did you try this? Well, you haven't had a chance. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Yeah, and I've got to be more quiet swallowing that. I heard that on that video. It sounded like an old cow at the water trough drinking. I thought, good God, Billie Jean, quit drinking that stuff on television, because you sound like an old cow slurping that thing up. Hi, Bonnie Allen. Bruce, yesterday broke heat record in Dallas Saturday. Might hit 90 degrees. Well, Bruce, I was just looking at the temperature, and it said something about 47. So I don't know. It says temperature right here on my screen. Temperatures today 51-44, Wednesday 68-62, Thursday 77-50, Friday 78-65, and 85 on Saturday and 43. So, oh Lord, y'all, I've got this thing messed up now. Hold on. I don't know how to get that off. Maybe if I touch up here. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's showing me all the news and everything now. I don't know how to get it off. No, there. I got it off. So it may be, Bruce. It really may be. Let me see. I'm going down this. Granny Pat says, "Please don't suggest a new appliance. I pulled out about 10 boxes of small appliances I've never used. Where can I get one of those waffle makers to add to my collection?" I bet they have them at your pawn shop there. Oh my God. She makes me laugh sometimes uncontrollably. It's that dry Yeah, Granny Pat, Sherry Long says she got it at hers at Walmart. Well, it's got the Walmart thing on it. It says Walmart. I didn't look at it. I thought $5 for that because when we had the restaurant, I had a big one like that, and it had 3 different cylinders. You fill them up and flip them. So I decided that one would be plenty, even if you had a restaurant. That's a good waffle maker for $5 with tax included. I have to say, with tax included. So that's a good waffle maker. I haven't tried it, but I believe Sherry Long. I think she's telling the truth about it. So I may try those in the morning, just to mix up a batter, just flour and that kind of thing. Zippity Doodah says she has that waffle maker. We're going to have a waffle maker club since y'all all have this waffle maker and I just got in on it. Maybe that's good. Granny Pat, Bonnie said, howdy do. Oh, there, she said, hi, Bonnie, Sheila, and David. Chrissy is, hi, Billie Jean. Hi, Chrissy. Chris E. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad about that waffle maker because I have 2 waffle makers. I have the old chrome looking one with the black bakelite handle that's kind of square. That's got the plug in that is kind of striped, the wire. It's one of the old ones. Then I've got a small one that came from a gift somebody gave me, and it's for a little waffle, but I like that. So you have to sit there and make 10 waffles before you have even enough to feed yourself or someone else, a guest. Living My Dream said, I guess I better go to Walmart. If you need a waffle maker or the pawn shop. Yeah, Melinda, I got a great price. See, I like those bargains. We love bargains, don't we, Granny Pat? We love those bargains. The only thing is sometimes you can get too many bargains. You know, I mean, I'm trying to cover this microphone. I've got the microphone down here. I'm trying to cover it when I drink. Because I don't want to sound like an old cow slurping at the trough. There's a way to turn this down, but y'all know I'd probably get it off and wouldn't get it back on. Y'all would just... Lucy Girl said she's seen a waffle maker that makes stuffed waffles. Well, now, there was something we did in one of the cooking classes I took. You'd pour your batter into your pan. I can't remember. I've got it probably in my books. And then you bake that for a little bit. Then I can't remember. I'll look it up, though. That sounds good, though, doesn't it? Stuffed waffles. I just like mine I like to make my own blueberry jam. Blueberry syrup or good maple syrup with butter. And sometime I'll even have whipped cream on mine because I just like that stuff on mine. You know, not all the time, but mostly I just like butter and waffle with butter and maple syrup. I really like that, and 2 or 3 pieces of bacon. Bruce says, in Texas, you know you're staying in a quality hotel if they have a waffle maker in the shape of the state. Oh my God, that's funny. Well, where I come from, if you're staying in a motel or a hotel and they have a waffle maker at all in your room, you think you're living in high cotton. Shoot, I've been to those that I tell Granny Pat at night I can see her Motel 6 light on her chat, her messenger, and I know she's still awake. But you know, a lot of those motels we used to go to, when I was a kid, we'd go to Six Flags and we'd always stay at a motel because there were so many out around Six Flags in Arlington, Texas. And they'd have an ironing board, but that was later on, you know. Grandpa says, Janice set a limit on my bargain hunting. I can't get her to take some of mine. Well, you said on your video that you were going to go over there tomorrow, I think, which is Thursday. Or you're going Thursday, not tomorrow. And you're going to look at what she has, and then you're going to get you, maybe she'll let you bring something home just to appease you. Everybody got to appease Granny Pat. Give her something to take home with her. But I bet she got some good bargains and finds when she went to Florida. The wonderful thing about me is we don't have to go to a thrift store. I can go into that front part of the bedroom, well, that's one thing today I bought, I'll tell you in a minute. But that's full of boxes of stuff. And I can just go in there and shop and then come out, and it don't cost anything. And I can put it up on the mantle at the fireplace or something. I hadn't seen it in 30 years. So it's a surprise. It's just like I went and bought it. But that's fixing to be no more. That's fixing to go. We're going to have a sale. We're going to do something. We're going to do a live on here. We're going to figure out something, y'all. And because I can't deal with it anymore, with my health the way it is and my family's health the way it is and not having any heirs. It's just got to be this way. And as much as I enjoyed collecting it and was going to open a tea room or a store, it's not going to happen, I don't think. So why not just get rid of the stuff? And I really enjoy my cooking, and I'm going to keep my cooking stuff. And today I bought a pan that is a granite pan with the handles. It's a roaster. Not a roaster, but a pan, because I got to thinking, I've got all those apples in all my bowls, those 90 apples or whatever, in all my bowls. I don't have a big anything. So I'd given my canning pot away, then I've gotten it back. And so this roaster is going to be real good. Let me get it and I'll show it to you. So you can see that little store I go to, they had two of these. And I should have bought both of them, because this is old-timey stuff and it's good stuff. You can't get it no more. And I may go back over there. See this with the handles? Look at the price. Can y'all see it? $4.99. $4.99. Now they had two of these. And I love this pan. Now I've got grandmother's old stuff, and I've got the cooking pots that all match that with the blue, which I don't care if they match or not, but I was surprised. You're surprised. I was surprised. Lucy Girl says she don't need anything else. We have downsized and got rid of 80% of our, I want to so bad. I want to so bad. Granny Pat says in London they didn't have fridges, so I filled waste baskets with ice to keep my food cold. The maid didn't know what to do with the waste baskets. I've used the ice buckets in hotels and things. Most of the time, though, there's always been a little fridge. Yeah, in Europe, they do not. When I ordered a Coca-Cola, they looked at me like I was crazy. Like, I don't know. But when I went to Yugoslavia, they had the Coca-Cola. I said, I'd like a Coca-Cola. And the interpreter got it. And they brought me something that was their form of Coca-Cola. And it was called Coxa. And it was in a bottle. I probably still got that. That bottle I shouldn't have brought back. But I did. It didn't break. And I've still got it after all these years. But it didn't even, that's their Coca-Cola. It didn't even taste like any kind of Coca-Cola. It tastes like prune juice with a fizz. And so that whole trip, back then I was really drinking Coca-Cola. You know, I loved my Coca-Cola. But after that, I said I didn't drink anymore. I drank the lemon water, or they had Perrier water, I think, something similar, sparkling water. Because I didn't drink even back then. I didn't like their drinks. Bonnie says, Billie Jean, do you know what jewel caskets are? I have a friend who collects them. Yes, I do. Yes, I've seen one. And I used to have one that was kind of Russian. I don't know whatever happened to it. I've got some unique things. It's all in several places in the big China hutch that's really, really big. It's a French hutch with all the inlaid wood. And it's got a desk. It's 10 foot by 10 foot. Sandra Terry, good evening to you. I'm glad you're enjoying. Sending love and prayers from South Carolina. Can't beat South Carolina. Granny Pat said, do they use apples? Granny, do they use apples at STILLS? And then she said that pan would work great for stomping grapes. Well, I'm not going to stomp no grapes. I'm not in the winemaking business now, so don't give me nothing else to do. I got enough taking care of this house and mother and you long distance. I can't stomp no grapes. It wouldn't matter hell if I wanted some wine. I don't have the time to stomp the grapes, so it'll just have to be grape juice. Bonnie, it is. It's a beautiful piece. It is a beautiful piece. Donna Wheeler. She's from Northwest Kansas. Yeah, Kansas. I've been in my prayers. Let me look on my phone so I can. I'm looking to see what y'all are saying. Making sure I haven't passed any of you up. I watched, Grandma Lois came on today, and she got a new, I can tell y'all want to hear something. Grandma Lois came on, and she had got her a new wig, and it looked smashing. She did a quick change. And I love the new wig. Grandma Lois, if you're watching, I love the new wig. It fit your face. It was just the right length. Of course, it's the same color you always wear. I really, really liked it. And Mother and I were watching you. And so I said, Mother, because Mother has that beautiful white and gray hair, you know. And I go get her hair fixed on Thursday. Maybe we'll do it live this weekend with Mama. Maybe she'll do it for me. but I had a wig that was, I've got all those wigs in yonder. If you know anybody needs wigs, let me know. Now, there's not a bunch of short. There's no gray. They're all lace front, blonde, with the streaks and streaks and all that. Nice wigs, though. So I said, Mom, here, I had a human hair one, and it was kind of gray blonde. It was more blonde. It really wasn't gray, but it was a light blonde. And so I left her in there while I was getting everything set up, because it takes me a while to get y'all to get this set up every night, because I've got the one camera that one of my followers got me, the Sony camera, and I use it over the stove, but yet I use it in here to say hello to y'all. So I have to move the camera. I have to move I bought instead of using the batteries, I bought a dummy battery, as they call them, that you can plug in. So I don't have to worry about it running out like the microphones did last night. So I have to move that in here, put it on the tripod, get it synced with the laptop, and get it synced with the program that I'm using, like for the backdrops and that sends it where y'all can see it through YouTube. So I left Mother in there, and so I went back in there, and here she is sitting in her chair watching a program. I think she was watching The View at that time, and she likes The View. I don't know why, but I mean, I like The View. It's okay. It doesn't bother me. I like Whoopi Goldberg. I like some of them are a little over much, but I watch a lot of these shows because she likes them, and that's fine. Whatever my mother wants, she gets. So she was sitting there, and just like nobody's business, she had that wig on. She had it combed and fluffed, and it looked really nice, y'all. I mean, it didn't look wiggy, as I call it. You can tell when people wear wigs, or I can. It didn't look wiggy at all. So I said, well, that'll be good, Mom. You look really pretty. I said, I like that blonde hair, which I do. I thought it looked really good on her. If I'd done her cosmetics and everything, I said, we're going to do your cosmetics. I'm going to have to do your face so that we can take some photographs, because I like it. I think it'll be a good idea. So that's what we're going to do. We play. Mother and I play a lot because it entertains her. It gives us something to do, and it makes her happy. So that's why. Melinda Ross, she did, didn't she? She said, oh, yes, Lois looked beautiful. She did. She really did. Bruce says, just thinking about all those apples, how about making cinnamon spice apple rings like my grandmother's old recipe? I'm open for any suggestions. I've got so many apples. But those, I think you have to put in a water bath or something. I mean, if you want, I can't remember how. I've got the recipe, a recipe. Yeah, Melinda, that Grandma Lois looked good. Denise, good evening. Billie Jean, Granny Pat, hello to your mama. Thank you. Thumbs up, Melinda says, for this channel, for Billie Jean. Hi, Dee. Good evening. Hello to Granny Pat, Billie Jean, and Mama hugs from Dee in Illinois. Dee's always been one of my supporters from way back. She bought my biscuit, my dough thing, the tip she sent me. I went and bought my dough tool with, because my handle broke out of mine. It was so old. Granny Pat, I'm not making no apple cider vinegar. Hell, you wanted me to stomp grapes, and now you're wanting me to make vinegar. That's even 10 times harder. Oh, my God. You're really trying to put one over on me. Now, if it don't happen in the skillet, I can't do it. I can't let it ferment and all that, and that vinegar. Nope. That would take a while. I've seen that recipe several times, but I've never tried it. D says for apples, I have an idea. I have puff pastry in my, the heart is in the way. In her freezer. How about apple cinnamon puffs? Those are good. I've got some not puff pastry. I've got some of that croissant-like dough that I made that's in the freezer that I could pull out. Now you can make it into a good puffed. Lucy Girl says she throws together an apple pan, Daddy, when I have a lot of apples. And Grandpa says, I don't want your apples to rot. Denise says, apple butter. I made a huge batch and it was delicious. Denise, is that hard? I've never made apple butter. Oh, yes, I have. It's the brown kind of, don't you put that in a canning jar or something? I know that. After you said, I was thinking butter. But yeah, it's apple butter. It is good. That's kind of like Bruce saying, make apple rings, but I don't want to have to can anything or water bath anything or, I'm a freezer kind of person. There's a new strawberry jam recipe that I can't wait to try for the freezer. I don't know if any of y'all have tried it, but I think it'll be good, y'all. I really do. I think so. Apple chips. Yeah, I thought about that too, but I don't have it. That's one thing I don't have anymore is a dehydrator. I did have, I don't know what happened to it. Probably somebody took it too. No, I don't know about that dehydrator. I had it and seems like that it almost caught on fire and I threw it out the door. It kind of scared me a little bit. Scared me. Well, today is World Cancer Day, as I told a lot of you that were on early, and I wanted to come on. I'm going to start trying to come on like I did before in the evening because, see, what was bothering me was that Granny Pat and I would discuss about our show, and then I started coming on by myself, and so I thought I don't have enough content to sit there and tell them things, stories like Granny Pat does or several others. But then since I've got kind of into watching YouTubes, others, there's a lot of people that just sit here and do what I'm doing right now, just talking to you individually or together. We're just kind of visiting because I can see it. It's just written, and then I can correspond with you vocally. So I don't mind doing that. I like doing that. Granny Pat says, apple butter you can give as a gift. You're funny. You're so funny. Maybe tomorrow you'll get a little gift in the mail. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. She never reciprocates, but it doesn't matter to me because I like sending her little things. It also freezes beautifully. Well, that's good. I like the freezing part. Denise, how to ship it. I'd have to wrap it with bubble wrap and everything else. Kim White, hello, glad I got on in time. I'm glad you did too. Melinda, that's right. Visiting. We are visiting. I mean, I become, you have to kind of, you just got to hold on. I got to let the cat in. You can sit right there and I'll talk to you. I kind of just get, when I first started doing the, I got to open my glass door. Let my cat in. One of them. That's my pretty black and white kitty cat. He's big as a line. And I like these mics because you can hear me all wherever I go. But you have to get kind of in a unique sense of this YouTube thing that I had never experienced. Because when I talk to people, I like to look them right in the eye and talk to them and visit with them and have a cup of tea or whatever. And so it's totally different coming on here. And I just didn't think I could do it. But then after I've gotten kind of used to it, y'all, it's like y'all are right here with me. And I hope that you feel the same way, that I'm bringing enjoyment to you because we're visiting, you know. And so I've just kind of motivated myself to read your comments and, you know, correspond and interact with you as much as possible. And I think that's what we all need in the evenings when we get the babies asleep or the husband's fed or the wives fed or we're alone or then this is my downtime, and I've become to really enjoy this. And I thank you all for making me smile because for many years, even through the pandemic, you know, Mother had her way of watching TV, and I just kind of was always reading a book or always working on a little project or something. But now I can share it. So I like that. I really like that. And I wish y'all would ask people to join us. So, and I'm getting some new followers. It seems like it goes in spurts, and it's like they cut the water faucet off and then they turn it on and then it just floods. So I'm happy with what I have because I've done very well in 1 year. And I love cooking, I love eating, I love talking, I love visiting. You know, I mean, what? And I love thrifting, and I love researching. I love, I haven't got into the family history part, and maybe some of you have. One of my friends said, well, you need to do family history. And I said, I've got photographs from the 1800s. I know what they look like. That's about, but you know, I might try that. Lucy Girl, it's fun to have an evening chat with Billie Jean. Well, I'm glad, Lucy Girl. I really do enjoy y'all. It took me a little bit, but Dee says, smash the like button, y'all, and subscribe to Granny Pat's channel and Billie Jean's channel. Yes, please subscribe if you haven't, because I know a lot of you come in and it doesn't cost one thing, and I would appreciate it. I wish you'd tell your friends. I'd appreciate it. You know, you think, well, you make all this kind of money from YouTube. Well, maybe some people do. And I would cook a lot less if I wasn't having to do a show. I mean, I always say, well, I'm going to have to cook anyway. But, yeah, but I do some great things for you, or I do things for y'all because I want things to be right, you know, and I try to do some old recipes and things that I normally, you know, Mother and I, we can eat very small and enjoy our food, a pan of red beans and cornbread and that kind of thing, which is wonderful and is one of my favorite meals. But the sweets, you know, I kind of outdo it on the sweets because I know that y'all have families, and maybe it'll give you an idea whether you make the recipe or not. Maybe it brings up a little idea, you know, for you to help you that week. Something I say, something I cook, something I do might give you an idea or help you make it through. Sarah Horton, thank you. Thank you too. Granny Chat, thanks, Sheila. It's nice having someone to talk to. We're having fun. She said, you and Grandpa are like part of a family around my house. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Sheila. Granny Pat is my family. And now she was closer to me this evening than when after she started telling me to stomp grapes and make apple vinegar. I'm not so sure. She went from like a sister now to like a cousin. If she wants me to do that stuff, I can't do it, y'all. Lucy girl, that's about 50 cents an hour with the time you put in. There's a lot that y'all don't see. You know, I have to do a lot of stuff. You know, it would be nice if I was Martha Stewart. No, I don't want to be Martha Stewart, but I'm just saying she has all those assistants that prep her food, make the initial, I know this, make the initial to see how it comes out. Then for photographs, she's got some pastry chefs that do all that, and they take photographs, and she gets in there and stands at her little cupboard and cooks a little bit and tells you, and then off she goes to the city. You know, that's nice, but it wouldn't be as good as even what I have to do. I wouldn't want to ever have to live a life like that, you know, trying to please everybody. Let me cover my microphone up. K&K Crochet says, hi there from West Virginia. Love your channel and Granny Pat's. We're glad you came in, K&K Crochet. My grandmother used to crochet a lot. I've got some beautiful pieces she did. But the older she got, the wilder her vision must have got, because some of the beautiful Africans that she made are lime green with orange and purple, and I guess she didn't see well, is what Mama said. That's what my mama said. Granny Pat says, thanks, Sarah Horton. I love getting new friends and who enjoy my stories. Yeah, Granny Pat is a good storyteller. Granny Pat, I was going to tell you, I looked that salad chopper up. I found it. It's out of stock. I don't know when you bought that, but it's out of stock now, maybe because of Christmas. And then y'all with these China tariffs, all the tariffs, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's not going to be brought into the United States. So you better get toys for Christmas. They've had a list that y'all, it's going to be so expensive. So you might ought to think about that. While this inventory is at the price right now, it'll be twice as expensive by getting Christmas time for kids. So I would try to get their toy if I could, or their stuff before Christmas, because there's no telling how much a child's toys will be. Cell phones, y'all have to just think about what we get from China. So you have, Temu, I imagine all that'll go, it may go defunct. I don't know. They have a warehouse up in Pennsylvania, but they ship it in from China, so they'd have to they would have to pay taxes on it. And we are the ones that pay the tariff. Mother didn't understand that. And I said, Mother, if embargo or a tariff is put on something, then they pay it to ship it in. They pay the tariff. Then they're going to automatically charge you for it. So it's just kind of like they're the middleman. So if I bought this pan for $2 and they were charged $1.25 to bring it in the country, well, they're going to make this $4. So it's just going to automatically, we're going to pay it. It will hurt the United States citizen. And it's bad. It's so bad, because I would love to live on what we have, what little we do, and I'm afraid that it's going to become rough because there's a lot of people worse off than Mama and I. There is a lot of people worse off than any of us on here, and especially if you have a house full of kids, they're not going to be able to make it. They can barely make it now. And It's not a political thing. It's just the truth. You know, I mean, when it starts hitting my pocketbook, I know it's hitting everybody else's because I don't have all those little babies to feed. And I've got the animals and my little cats, but other than that, you know, we do what we can. And I got eggs. I'm just trying to figure out how to put them up and save them. I guess I'll just freeze them, and then we'll see. Because they said today that the Waffle House or IHOP or something is charging 50 cents more an egg starting tomorrow, I think, on your order because of now they're saying the bird flu, but it's got to be tariffs also, you know, because I think it's a lot of things. Living my dream. Bruce says, I love those Afghans. Me too, Bruce. I have so many. They're warm. I really like them. Bonnie Allen, you're so cute, Billie Jean. The way you have taken to Granny Pet, she lovable, and so are you. It warms my heart to have wonderful people like you in the world. We are all friends here. Yeah, we are all friends. Granny Pet, I'm stocking up on toilet paper. She stores it in the trunk of her car. Wait till the police check her car. I've told that story, Granny Pat, that you got all that toilet paper in the back of your car. God, I hope you don't have a wreck. They'll think somebody got mad and toilet papered the road or something. I can just see your car just open the trunk, the police opening the trunk, and all them toilet papers flying out of your trunk. You could just tell them you had an upset stomach and you just had to make sure you'd be okay. I don't know what else I would tell them why you have 500 rolls of toilet paper in the back of your car. Just that kind of senile. You know, like, well, I wondered, I'm going to go into my acting skill. I wondered where all that toilet paper came from. And I didn't have anywhere else to put it, so I put it in the back of my car and I forgot. So, officer, please forgive me, but it's not hindering my view. You're going to have to do something like that because they're going to think you've lost it. But I did buy some more toilet paper this week because that's a paper good. All the paper goods are going up. All the toys are going up. All the cell phones are going up. All the eggs are up. I know, Alan, I know it's those birds. It said they're in Ohio, they're big egg producer state. Bird flu, they have had to put down 6 million chickens. May take 6 months to get past this production problem. Yes, I know. I don't know if I was in France. Somewhere they had the same thing happen. And there was no eggs. I mean, they made them kill, I guess, all the birds. I'm not sure. It's been so many years ago. Okay, y'all, I've got to go back on I've got to go back on here to see what y'all are saying because Granny Pat said, that's the truth. I'm not senile. Denise, I love Granny Pat's stories. She makes my day. She does my mom and mine too. K and K, they might think she's going to like we did when we couldn't afford toilet paper. I remember Grandma and them using that old corn cobs, and then they finally graduated up to Sears and Roebuck catalog, from what I heard. Bruce says, did I see on the news that someone stole thousands of eggs in Pennsylvania? No, I didn't see that. Well, there's going to be egg thieves. There's going to be black market eggs. I guess, like I saw, one of the deals said, I guess we're going to have to dye potatoes for Easter because nobody can afford eggs. So dye those little round potatoes for Easter for the kids to hunt. Get plastic eggs. I don't know. Bonnie Allen says, I collect toilet paper too. My mom lined the hall with it. We always teased her she had enough to whip out an army. Bonnie, you're funny. But I have several. I'm not going to say how much. I'm just being quiet about it. I've got a few parcels of it. K&K Crochet said, how did they steal that many eggs without breaking them? Maybe they boiled them first. I don't know. Oh my God. Y'all come up with some crazy stuff, but it's funny. Bruce said it robbed the factory and cost thousands of dollars. Well, that is crazy, but you know when people get desperate. But stealing eggs? I heard of egg thieves. Y'all remember that? There was something about during the Depression. It seemed like my grandma said that she had people that would come and steal out of the chicken house. My grandmother lived in the city, but she had chickens kind of in the city, kind of in the edge. I heard whoever was stealing eggs was also stealing torp pans. Okay, Sheila Chester, that'll be enough of that. Oh my gosh. Alan Dennison, exactly. They're not going to get my torp pan. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to sleep with this thing tonight. It'll be kind of a rough partner to have, but with sharp edges. But I'm going to keep this torp pan next to me after what I've been through. I'm going to tell y'all exactly. Oh, gosh, y'all, we've had a good evening. I've laughed, and y'all have laughed. I hope you laughed. But I wanted to talk to you about that World Cancer Day and say we need to remember those people, and because it's affecting so many, and my brother-in-laws and my stepbrother were just lucky that, and today I got a message. I have a lot of friends, and so there's always something going on. Bruce said local egg dealers sold 15 dozen at $5 within a few hours. Well, one of my friends in New York texted me, said they were $9.99 a dozen, right, at wherever, Hamptons, I think, maybe, wherever their house is. But the cancer, let me get back to that. I'm not going to read any more questions because we're fixing to have to get off. It's 1 hour and 3 minutes. Not that I need to, but I've got other things I have to do. And the girl has been dealing with her husband's cancer. They've been going into Dallas, and I mean, it's going on about 4 years probably that he's been dealing with this cancer. And it like it broke my heart. She's a journalist. And she got her test back. She's been driving him and from Texarkana into Dallas and so forth and so on for years, 2 or 3 years. And they've got beautiful children. Most of them are young adults. But today they called her and told her she has, I think it's ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, and got her appointment right in exactly the same building that she has to take her husband to every week. And she looks so healthy, and it broke my heart, today of all days. And maybe that's why she went ahead and posted it that, her battle with her husband has now become a battle with her own mortality. So I think I want to say a little prayer that I wrote. I want to just say, Heavenly Father, We first and foremost pray for all those that are dealing with this horrific disease. We pray for strength and courage for each and every one of them and their family members as they continue to fight the good fight. We pray, Lord, that you allow them to continue to fight until we find this cure. We don't want to lose one more person to this horrific disease. Dear Lord, we pray for the doctors and the scientists that are working so hard to find a cure. We pray for them to have wisdom upon each and every one, and the decision makers, that you bring the right people together, the right combination to be able to create something that will end this disease forever. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray, amen. So that's the way I'm going to end this, is, say prayers for all of us. I say prayers for all y'all. And there is a lot of people that have cancer, and the only way now, I don't want to keep bringing political things about, but I'm worried about our cancer research now because of the things that's been implemented in the past few weeks. Today, the Kennedy guy was put in as whatever he is. I just feel like, we've got to have this research. We've got to have these to help our it's just got to continue. The research has just got to continue because there's been so many years that it's just going to be scrapped. And I just cannot sit by and say it's not political. I cannot sit by any longer and say that I approve of this. I do not. I do not. And the Lord put that on my heart to say it, and I wasn't going to say it, but I do not approve. I rebuke this in the name of Jesus Christ, and we all are just going to have to speak out about it, because if it don't, it's just going to get worse. I love you all. We'll talk to you soon.